Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that sounds a bit heavy, but is actually super fascinating and misunderstood: nihilism. You've probably heard the term before, maybe in movies or books, often associated with a sense of despair or that nothing matters. But what is nihilism really? And does it truly mean life has no meaning? Let's explore. When we talk about nihilism, we're primarily looking at a philosophical perspective that questions or denies the objective existence of meaning, purpose, or value. The word itself comes from the Latin nihil, meaning nothing. So at its core, it's about the belief that there might be no inherent value in existence. Now, before you start thinking this is all doom and gloom, let's break it down. Because there are different flavors of nihilism, and not all of them lead to throwing your hands up in surrender. One of the most common forms is existential nihilism. This is the big one that often makes people uncomfortable. It suggests that life, from a cosmic perspective, has no objective meaning, purpose, or intrinsic value. If you look at the vastness of the universe, our planet is a tiny speck, and our lives are just a brief flicker. From that grand, impersonal viewpoint, our existence might seem insignificant. There's no grand plan dictated by some external force, no pre-written script for humanity. This can feel daunting, right? Like, if there's no divine blueprint or ultimate cosmic goal, what are we even doing here? But it is crucial to understand that existential nihilism doesn't necessarily dictate how we should live. It's an observation, a philosophical stance, not a commandment. It doesn't tell you to be miserable or to give up. In fact, many thinkers who grappled with this idea found different ways to respond to it. Then there's moral nihilism. This view posits that there are no objective moral truths or values. Concepts like good and evil aren't inherent features of the universe, but rather human constructs, social agreements, or personal preferences. Think about it. Where do our ideas of right and wrong come from? Are they universally true, like gravity, or are they shaped by culture, religion, and upbringing? A moral nihilist might argue that there's no absolute divine law of morality written in the stars. This doesn't mean moral nihilists are inherently immoral. They simply believe that morality is subjective, a product of human societies and individual choices. We also have epistemological nihilism, which questions the possibility of knowledge and truth. It suggests that we can't truly know anything for certain, or that knowledge itself is inherently unreliable. This ties into skepticism, challenging our assumptions about what we perceive as reality. If we can't truly know, then how can anything have meaning if its meaning relies on understanding it? It's a mind-bender for sure. And let's not forget metaphysical nihilism, which is the idea that it's possible for nothing to exist at all. Not just no meaning, but literally nothing. This is less about our daily lives and more about deep, abstract, philosophical thought experiments about the fundamental nature of reality. So, why do these ideas even exist? Nihilism often emerges during periods of great social or cultural upheaval, when traditional belief systems, whether religious or political, are challenged or crumble. When old answers to life's big questions no longer satisfy, people start looking for new ones, or questioning if there are any answers at all. Think about the aftermath of major wars or scientific revolutions that changed our understanding of the cosmos. These events often spark existential questioning. Now, for the big question. Does nihilism mean life has no meaning? Not necessarily in the way you might first think. While it argues against objective or inherent meaning, it doesn't preclude the possibility of subjective meaning. This is where things get really interesting and, dare I say, empowering. Many philosophical responses to nihilism, particularly from existentialist thinkers like Jean-Paul Sartre or Albert Camus, suggest that if there's no preordained meaning, then we are free to create our own. This is often called absurdism or existentialism. If the universe doesn't hand us a purpose on a silver platter, then it's up to us to define what makes our lives meaningful. We become the authors of our own purpose. Think about it. If there's no cosmic rulebook, then you're not bound by one. This can be incredibly liberating. Instead of searching for some external validation or a grand objective, you get to decide what truly matters to you. Is it your relationships, your passions, contributing to a cause you believe in, creating art, learning new things, helping others? These become the values you choose to uphold, the purpose you assign to your existence. This shift from objective meaning to subjective meaning is a crucial distinction. It transforms nihilism from a dark, despairing philosophy into a potential springboard for profound personal freedom and responsibility. It suggests that while the universe might be indifferent to our existence, we are not. We can choose to infuse our lives with passion, love, curiosity, and purpose, even if that purpose isn't universally dictated. So, while nihilism certainly presents a challenging perspective, it doesn't have to lead to a dead end. Instead, it can serve as a powerful invitation to self-discovery and the active creation of a life rich with personal meaning. It challenges us to look inward, to articulate our own values, and to build a life that resonates deeply with our individual spirit. What are your thoughts on nihilism? Do you find the idea of creating your own meaning liberating or daunting? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this dive into philosophy, please hit that like button, share this video with a friend who loves deep thinking, and don't forget to subscribe for more content that explores the big questions in life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.